Hey everybody. I know that we've done a bunch of folding projects that focus on technology and folding, so I wanted to do a final folding project that has a little bit more creativity in it. But the two objects that we're going to do, the first is a box, and the second is a cherry blossom. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the cherry blossom and the box. This is totally optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. But a bunch of you are really enjoying this, so I wanted to come up with something a little more creative. Like we did these more technical ones that we see in technology, the drawing, um, the folding in technology. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any questions, let me know, and have a good weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
I order from Amazon. Every once in a while I'll order a pack of these origami papers. This is a large format, 9.5 by 9.5. And then they have the smaller format, which is a 6x6 piece of paper, and they come in a variety of colors. Makes it a lot of fun to do different things. So first we're going to do a box, and I picked two colored pieces of paper, blue and pink, my two favorite colors. To start by doing a traditional star box. So my piece of paper, I have a blue side and a white side. Okay, so if you want to draw a pattern on your box, you can draw it on one side, and we'll start with that side facing up like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the colored side facing up, or the side that you drew the pattern on facing up. So we're going to crease these, and then we're going to unfold them. Okay, so these are just going to be creases. They're not folds that are going to stay. So one crease. So we're basically making an X through the middle of our piece of paper. Alright, so that's the first step. Alright, so second step is to turn the piece of paper over. And we're going to fold the piece of paper from the left side to the right side, or the right side to the left side, it doesn't matter. So come over to this side, put it as exact as possible. I think this should be a nice relaxing activity that you sit down and take your time with. Next step is to take the top and fold it to the bottom. So we're going to take the top and fold it to the bottom. If you have the top folded down to the bottom, okay, we do not unfold this. So here's the first hard step. The first hard step is we're going to take both of these corners, the top right corner and the top left hand corner, and we're going to push them together. Okay, and as we push these together, you're going to see that this point right here at the bottom is going to start coming out. So watch this, ready? So we're going to push them together. See that it starts coming out, and the back one, the back corner here, starts going away from us, so it makes a shape like this. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to, once these start coming out like this, then we push our right hand behind and our left hand comes forward. Okay, and we fold along that crease, and we have a diamond shape like that. So push together, those points come out, this point comes out towards us, right? This point is going to connect with the right side where my finger is, so like that, so you can grab both of them. The left side is going to connect with what the back point was, and it's going to make a diamond shape, and we're going to press that down. It should look like that from the front view as it sits. I'm going to take this right side, just the top layer, okay, and the bottom edge where we have the two pieces of paper here, okay, the bottom edge is going to come and fold into this middle crease. Bottom edge comes and folds into the middle crease like that, okay, and then we're going to do the left side. So the top layer, this bottom edge, folds in to this middle crease like so. So you should look like that at the end of this step. Come to a fold that we see in origami and folding and technical folding a lot. It's called this squash fold. So what we're going to do is we take this fold that we did in the last step and we're going to take it up like this, right? And then we're going to separate these two pieces of paper, okay, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to push on this crease right here and fold this down like that. What we do, we take this, fold it up, separate these two pieces of paper, make sure they're separated all the way to the top there, and then it's called a squash fold because what you do is you squash this down and it opens up the pieces of paper. So we're going to take that, line up that crease, that's the crease below it, and then fold like that. So what we're going to do now, once you have this pattern, this design, we're going to turn over the entire design and we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to bring up these bottom edges. We're just repeating what we did in the last couple of steps. Put the bottom edge to the center crease. We're going to do that squash fold. Open this side up to that crease. Okay, so now both sides of your piece of paper should look the same. You should have the two squash folds on that side, two squash folds on that side. Okay, so once you have this design on both sides of your project, what we're going to do is we're going to do some turning as if we're turning the pages of a book. We are going to turn this as if we're turning the page of a book, like so. Okay, so we're taking this and turn it like we're turning the page of a book. Flip this over and do the same thing to this side. Take this and turn it like we're turning the pages of a book. Okay, so just to repeat again, here's where we were. We take this, turn it like we're turning a page of a book, flip the project over, and turn this like we're turning the page of a book. So all we see is the solid part again. So now we're kind of repeating some steps here again. So now we're going to take the bottom edge, the right side, and fold it up to the middle crease. Should fold pretty easily. And then we're going to do the same thing to the left side. So again, you should be folding along an existing crease, so it should be kind of easy to fold like that. Okay, so that's what one side should look like. And then we're going to go and do the same thing to give all your folds a really nice press down so that they stay. Alright, so both sides should look the same now, like that and like that. Okay, so we're just making some creases now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this top point, following this middle crease, we're going to fold where these sides make this little diamond shape. And fold it down, making sure that this point lands on this middle crease and that the folds are right on these corners here. And what I like to do is I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do the same thing to this side just to get the nice crease on there, like that. Now we're going to take the top layer of these triangles down here, just the top single layer. The point is going to follow the middle crease and we're going to come up and make a fold like that. And that's our first step there. You're going to flip the piece of paper and you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to fold and make a really nice crease. Okay, so both sides should have one flap folded up. Just like a couple of steps ago, we're going to turn our project like pages of a book. So we're going to grab the top layer here and we're going to turn it as if we're reading a book. Flip your project over and same thing, we're going to turn this right flap like we're reading a book. We're going to repeat the step of folding up these tabs. Flip your project over and fold this up following the crease and give yourself a nice crease at the bottom. And now we are pretty much done. Lift it off the table and hold it upside down like so. Start pulling this apart. It's going to take shape. So we can put our fingers inside here and we can open this up, give it a little pull. The bottom will form. Okay, and as you pull it out a little bit more, you can kind of give a little crease on the bottom edges here. And then you can kind of flare out these star designs on the side. So hopefully you like that one. Have fun with it. You kind of get used to these folds and it becomes easier and easier as you do it. But hey everybody, we're going to do our cherry blossom now. For this, we're going to break the rules of traditional origami, and we are going to use scissors to make one cut. The first couple of folds and the cut is to turn this piece of paper into a pentagon. So I'm going to show you how to do that. That's the first step. First step is to fold this square in half. So give it a nice fold in half. And that's the first step. Fold our paper folded in half. We're going to orient it like this so that the opening is on the top here. We're going to do an interesting fold now. This fold is the first of two folds to mark a spot on the piece of paper. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fold this layer down, but we're not going to put a fold in this. We're going to just hold it here. Okay, hold it exactly into the corner. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a crease right here, just like that. Okay, so we're just marking that right there. So fold down to the bottom edge and put a crease right there. And then you're going to unfold and you will see you have a mark on the piece of paper. So think of it as X marks the spot. We're going to put an X here. So the second fold we're going to do is this top right hand is going to come down and fall level with the bottom. And again, line it up perfectly. Hold it and give yourself a crease that intersects with that last crease we did, just like so. And then you're going to unfold it and you will have an X on your piece of paper. You can see that X right there. Okay, so the next fold is going to be folding the bottom left-hand corner to that intersection of the X that we just made. So we're going to take the bottom left-hand corner, fold it up, put that corner right at the intersection, right there. And now we're going to actually fold it. So it should look like that. All right, next fold. This corner, this bottom left-hand corner that came from down here, that went up to the X, is now we're going to fold this edge right here so it lines up with this edge right here. So like so. Make sure that it's perfect. Okay, so all these folds are going to be giving us our pentagon to create our flower with. Now I'm going to take the bottom right hand corner and this edge we're going to fold so it meets with this edge right here. So come up like so and you end up with this type of shape. So now when you have this type of shape here, we have one more fold before we do our cut. And that fold is going to be folding along this seam right here. So we're going to take our right side and fold it behind the left side. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to take our right side and fold it behind the left side, like so. Okay, so this is what we did. We took our right side and we folded it behind the left side, like that. So again, this was where we started. Took the right side, fold it back along the left side. Make sure that that is perfect. Okay, now comes our cut. So taking your scissors, you are going to cut along this line. Follow this line perfectly with your cut, like so. Those pre-creases, what we're going to do is we're going to fold this into the following shape. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of trial and error, but what you want to do is get the same shape that I get at the end. So we're going to start, you can start anywhere because it's all the same in pentagon. I'm going to fold these two sides together to make that shape there. Okay, then I'm going to fold this side in with that one. Okay, so once I have this, okay, so I have two sides that are folded together, another side folded together, so I have 3 points there. The other side I'm going to push in and I end up with a triangle. One side of the triangle is going to have 2 points. The other side of the triangle is going to have 3 points. We're going to fold the point of the triangle so that it meets the bottom of the triangle along this crease right here. So take this and fold it down. Is we're just pre-creasing this, so give yourself a really nice good press on that. If you want to do it to both sides, you can. Just don't mess it up. Make sure you hit that crease exactly the same again. Right, we're just pre-folding this so that it's easier in the next step. Your triangle with a nice good crease right in the top portion there. Open up our pentagon. Okay, you can see that. So we have a pentagon with a smaller pentagon in the middle. This smaller pentagon needs to get pushed down so that the side of the pentagon comes up and then it goes back down to the middle and then back up again. So we're reversing this point right here. So I'm going to do mine. It takes a little bit of manipulation with this paper, so we're going to push that down. And then we're going to pop all these sides back up like so. With this staying down. And you'll see, so this is the shape that you want looking down on it. So here we go, most difficult part of this whole thing. I'm going to help myself out by folding a crease that goes from the tip right there to that point right there. So I'm going to fold all the pieces of paper over to the middle, and I'm going to give myself a helping crease there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So from the intersection right in the middle there to that point, I'm going to give myself a helping crease. So what you're going to do, if you look from the bottom here, okay, this middle fold right there, you want that fold to go out. These two edges are going to fold in to each other. So here's what the fold looks like. If I hold it like this, okay, I'm going to fold it so that it goes like this. So it comes out, right? And now this edge is going to fold over. Watch the fold here. It's going to fold over like so. All right. So again, we start like this. Give ourselves some helping creases here. This part is going to fold up. These two edges are going to fold in. Okay, and we get this shape right here, this diamond. And then this right tab is going to fold over. See how I'm making 3 folds. One fold in, another fold in, another fold in, and then one fold coming out. And it folds over on itself, like so. Okay, so that's the first fold. We're going to repeat that 4 more times. So we're going to do another fold. So right here, this one comes out, these two come in, and it folds over on itself like that. Okay, and we need to make sure that we do this on all these sides. So we're going to come around. Okay, so I had it like this. All I did was take this back part out. This one's going to fold up. This comes over again and folds in on itself like that. Take the back one out again. This comes up and it folds over like this. Watch that fold. Do that fold right there. Right, give yourself 2 creases right there. This comes over. Grab the back one. That would come out. Right, this should be the last one. This one's going to fold up. Okay, watch the back there. This folds in. Okay. So, if we have it done correctly, we should have something that looks like this. Okay, so there should be 5 long points and 5 short points. Okay, again, that is the most difficult part of this whole thing. Rewind the video, pause it, and follow along if you can. Guys, when I recorded this the first time, the ones did not record. So the step that did not record was that these shorter pointy parts, you have the longer pointy parts that could become the petals. These shorter pointy parts, I took these, and you have a edge that has the fold on it. The edge, the shorter edge, the one that doesn't have the fold on it, what you're going to do is you're going to fold all these in like so. Then you're going to take the longer one, turn the page as we did, and you're going to fold this in. Okay? And you're going to go around and fold every one of these shorter ones in like so. Alright, so they're all folded in. See that? So that is a step that didn't record for some reason in the original one, but you want to go around and do that before you go to the next step of making the actual flower. And now it is time to, hopefully I still have you guys with me. If you need to go back and do any step, do it again. It's worth doing it. This is going to come out really cool. So now it's time to make our flower. So we're done folding. What we're going to do now is we're going to start opening these longer pieces up. Now remember, a flower is an organic piece of material. There aren't straight lines. You can kind of bend the paper and fold it the way you want and kind of play around with making it like a pretty flower. So we're going to open these up, and opening them up, we're going to try and push them up from the bottom and make a petal with your hand. Right, and just start opening these things up. And again, remember, flowers are organic. They have folds in them. They have creases in them. So don't worry about smushing the paper down and so on and so forth. Just have fun doing this. Interesting to note, I always find it so interesting that you know, a flower like this, a pretty flower, comes from a pentagon, right? So weird. These geometric shapes that are so defined produce these beautiful organic looking shapes like a flower. And again, the more you start pulling these apart, the more these petals are going to look real. Right? So go around, like, it's really interesting, go around and look at your yard, right? How many flowers do you see that unfold and fold every day? How many trees fold in themselves? Leaves do, grass does, the earth folds in on itself. Right? Folds are all around us, not only in technology but nature. And then you can kind of like make these the best looking you can, and you get this really cool looking cherry blossom. And when we combine it with our blue box, so there's our more creative projects. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you're not too frustrated. If you want to try it again, try it again. If you want to ask me any questions, ask me questions. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Bye.